Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Blue Golfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and yes, a lot of you guys requested for this deck, and I've seen lengthy reviews and lengthy comments for this Pokemon, and it is the big bad Golurk here, the 130 HP Psychic type Pokemon. It is a Stage 1. It's got the Ancient Trait Stop here, which can prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to this Pokemon, meaning both future and past, old and new, things like Genesect EX Red Signal or Ninetales Bright Look and Flygon Sand Slimer won't work on Golurk, including the XY stuff like Crobats and Fortress. Those things won't work on him. And so we do have the double type ability, which is pretty cool as long as this Pokemon is in play. It is a Psychic and a Fighting type, so it covers two types of weaknesses right there. And there's a lot of different Pokemon that are weak to both Psychic and Fighting. Things like Lucario EX is weak against Psychic, Machamp EX. There's a lot of Fighting type weakness out there, like Raichu is weak to Fighting type. Manectric EX, those guys are all weak to Fighting type. So right here, Superpower is for 4 energy, but we're going to take advantage of Dimension Valley, so that would cost us only 3 energies, hitting for 80, and then we can do 20 to ourselves for 40 more damage, which is really good because we have our own resistance here, Psychic resistance, and that means that we would actually not hurt ourselves at all, and we can hit for 120, and then if we're playing against something that's Psychic weak or Fighting weak, we'll double that. Now we're going to make this even better because we will be adding Flareon and Jolteon to the mix. Jolteon here with the electric effect. Each of your Stage 1 Pokemon plays now also a Lightning type Pokemon, including its existing types, including Flareon here with Flare effect. Each of your Stage 1 Pokemon plays now a Fire type Pokemon in addition to its existing type. Wow, this is great. Another bonus here for Jolteon is that it's got free retreat, and could definitely take advantage of that. So, this is great. Now we can combine this and have 4 different types right now into Golurk and really take advantage of this. Now, we don't exactly need Vaporeon for that water effect because Vaporeon, really, there's not too many Pokemon out there that are water weak. There's Charizard EX, yeah, and things like that, but otherwise it's really not, we don't have too much concern about water type, water weak Pokemon. Some things that we may struggle with here is even with Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza EX, and we have the Jolteon to be a Lightning type, if our opponent has Altaria, that would actually cancel that out with removing the type weakness, so that's something to consider too. And another Pokemon that we'll have a hard time dealing with would be Seismitoad, since it's Grass weak, and there's really nothing to deal with Grass weak, but we can definitely Superpower up and hit it within 2 turns, and should be able to knock out most EXs that way as well. We will be playing 1 Landorus here for Shot of Power. You never know when that can come in handy, being able to accelerate some energies onto our Golurk here, and then 2 Shaman EXs for setup. And maybe we'll do Sky Return, who knows. And that's it for the Pokemon line. Let's take a look at the item cards and whatnot. We have 3 of these Level Balls. Love having Level Ball back into the format. We have 1 Sacred Ash since there's so many Pokemon, 1 Switch since our Golurk is so heavy, and we have Trainer's Mail here as well, 3 Ultra Balls, and VS Seeker. So that's it right there. 3 of these each, and they're all gold. And I wish I had 2 more of these Switches, huh? That way we'd have 3 everything of all these golden stuff. Anyways, we have Lysander here as our first supporter, and then Professor Birch's Observation. We have Juniper here, and you might notice I'm not playing N. Technically, I could play N right now, but we're trying to focus on having this be XY onward. Again, there's no A-Specs, even though as of right now A-Specs are illegal. Take a look here. We're going to have 4 Dimension Valleys again to reduce the heavy cost of doing Superpower. And then we have 2 Hard Charms and just 1 single Muscle Band in case we need that. We do have the Strong Energies here and DCEs, as well as 2 of these Fighting Energies, 1 Fire and 1 Lightning. So the thing is, this could definitely be useful. We could play this on the Landorus, or we can definitely just power up the Golurk here. And definitely the Strong Energies are very beneficial. And just one of these, when we hit for a Superpower, that's already 140 damage, and doubling that is more than enough to take out most things. So the Muscle Band is really here just in scenarios where we're playing against, say, Seismitoad, and we're able to get a Muscle Band before he does anything. Hypothetically having just 2 of these strong energies and a muscle band, I mean, you'll be able to knock him out, right? You know, doing superpower, hitting for 120 plus 60, that's 180, right? So you know, you never know. I mean, this muscle band could come in handy. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for the deck. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action here on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, and we're gonna be playing against Art something 123 ABC, and I feel like we battled this guy here on this channel before, so should be interesting. We'll be going first. That's pretty nice. That way we have the benefits of evolving first, and we do start off with a Golurk as well as a VS Seeker and Trainer's Mail and Energy. We do get this right here. We can have this right there. Let's go with this right here. We got a Professor Bird's Observation. Probably shouldn't have played that, but let's go ahead and do this right there, and that's it. Okay, in the next turn, we should be able to evolve into the Jolteon, and the Jolteon is fighting weak, so that's kind of something I'm kind of hesitating to do. Oh no, my opponent knocks it out anyways. How tragic. Okay, so at least we got that going for us, and we do get this right here as well. All right, and let's just go for superpower, and yes, taking out the Landorus in one shot, and that is a quick victory under 1 minute. Okay, well, let's go ahead and play another match. Alright, we're going to be playing against Brian Morse, and it's a grass and colorless deck. So, the battle before this was really quick, and hopefully, you know, it's not that quick here either. Lucky for us, we do get to go first, and you can see here my opponent's playing, oh no, Vileplume, this is not good. It's going to be shutting off all of our item cards, so we got to use those as soon as we can, and looks like we will be able to use some of these things right away, and alright, so looks like, let's go ahead and get this Golett here, and then let's go ahead and let's also get this Eevee here. We need to get the Flareon going since my opponent is using grass Pokemon, I think, since we saw the Vileplume. So let's go ahead and we'll get this Eevee here as well. And my opponent says, love your vids, man. And, you know, we could go with the Professor Birch's Observation, but I'm just going to go ahead and just Juniper my hand away. And here it is. Let's go with that right there. Let's go with this right here and use this Trainer's Mail. Got to play this right away. And then that's it. And I'll say, oh, thanks. And I just did. Okay, all right. Yeah, you can see here we have Miltank right now. My opponent can still play the Stadium, and that's why I didn't play my Dimension Valley, because my opponent can counter the Stadium right away. We see a Muscle Band on there, and that's it. So there's that. Let's go ahead and play this right here. And we don't have any energies in the discard pile, but I could potentially Shadow Power, but ideally what I want to do, you know, okay, it's a little bit of a risk, but I'm going to play this. I might want to Shout of Power right now, so let's go ahead and see if we can do that. And yes, we're able to do Shout of Power. We might even get a Muscle Band here. Ah, we don't. We miss it. If we got the Muscle Band, it would have been a knockout on this Miltank. And really no need to play this Jolteon. But might as well play it anyways. And alright, Shout of Power it is, in for 80 damage. And we don't get to power up this Golurk here, but we do have this strong energy that can go on here in a little bit. So it doesn't matter right now. We don't have any energies whatsoever. We see a VS Seeker probably going for that Team Flare Grunt once again. And okay, so we're gonna counter the Stadium. And looks to me like, you know what, I'm just going to burn these energies. Might as well. We'll just take out this Miltank. I know my opponent has a Team Flare Grunt, but that's okay. Once we do that, you know, if we can get another switch. Let's see, do we only play one switch? I can't remember. Oh, here's that Team Flare Grunt, and there it is. Okay, so there's that, as expected. Okay, so let's get that Flareon out here. That way we can deal with that. Yeah, so here we go. Let's take a look at this. Let's get the Flareon, or let's get the, you know, let's get the Golett, and that way we can just go ahead and use the Juniper. I could have gotten the Shaman actually, but I opted not to do that. And all right, let's go with this right here, and we will Energy Accelerate a little bit more. And let's get rid of that Juniper. Let's get the Shaman right here. Let's get this right here. Let's get the Juniper again. And let's go with the Shaman, drawn with some more cards. Now we can Shadow Power and Energy Accelerate. Get this fighting energy back onto our Golurk over here. And there we go. Now, if my opponent does somehow manage to get rid of the strong energy again, we should be okay. Hey, with the Pokemon Center lady, we should still be able to knock this guy out. My opponent's finally able to get this Oddish right now, but has yet to counter my Stadium again. We don't even need to use the Golurk, man. Landorus right here is just going to town with these Miltanks, and really just putting a lot of pressure there. And that's it. So let's go ahead, we'll just evolve. Let's play this right there. And might as well even play this right here as well. Oh man, I should have gone for, what the heck? I should have gone for the Lysander. What am I doing? Oh well, who cares? Alright, here we go. We'll just accelerate the energy a little bit more. And now we have this Golurk ready to go. And we can even play this DCE in case my opponent counters the Stadium. So my opponent does have the setup and Sky Return here with the Shaman and has the fighting resistance, but oh man, should have gone for the Lysander. That was too quick to pull the trigger. We see a teammates there, so my opponent can get the Stadium and counter it and then lock us up from item cards. But right now, we are all set to go to just overpower my opponent. Now, two of my strong energies are already in the discard pile. One strong energy is on this Landorus, which may end up getting discarded because of retreating. But again, we might just go ahead and just do Shadow Power. There it is. There is the Giant Forest Plants. There's the Vileplume countering the Stadium. And that's it. So let's go ahead. We're just going to counter the Stadium. And I might as well, you know, I'm just going to retreat. And I'm going to retreat into this one. This one has plenty of energies. Let's go with the superpower and knock out this Shaman EX with that weakness. And we're able to really just put a lot of pressure here. And we have the weakness, you know, advantage with the Vileplume. So my opponent really just couldn't get anything going. We even see an Ace Trainer here shuffling ours to 3. That's no problem. We see another Oddish over there. And we should be able to just knock this guy out. We got the Flareon over here and the Jolteon ready to go. We are all set. We even have an energy here, which we can still use. I'm going to hang on to that in case we need to retreat with something. And sure, why not? Hit this guy for 280 damage. And this is it. I think we're just going to town right now against these Oddishes and the Vileplume. My opponent is playing a lock deck, but this lock deck could not lock us down for long. And we didn't even need, during all those turns that my opponent had the Vileplume, we didn't have a single item card that we needed to use anyways. And this is just too good, putting in way too much pressure. We see a Shaman EX here. My opponent can still make a comeback to try to lock us in. But regardless, we played a ton of our item cards already, and we are basically powered up right here and ready to go. In case my opponent plays another whatchamacallit, something, Team Flare Grunt to discard the DCE. We do have an energy here in hand. That's why I kept it in my hand in case we need to use it. Now my opponent can actually do a trip over. Not that we can, that really needs to happen. But here is a Sycamore, so no need to worry about the Team Flare Grunt. You can still see Enhance Hammer and Crushing Hammer, unless my opponent plays for the... oh, that's it. And I'm just going to go ahead and say GG to my opponent. And it is game. Great playing. It was nice playing with you, and it certainly was. Let's go ahead and just hit for 280 damage. Wow, poor little Oddish. Oh man, poor Oddish. That was so sad. Hey, we even get this bonus right here. So I know you guys made complaints saying, "Hey, you gotta show us your bonus. Why don't you show it to us?" So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. What did we get? And it's just that. So, alright, let's go ahead and play another match. Alright, and we're going to be playing against Shrew-Doo. It is a colorless, and I thought grass, and maybe I saw metal, I'm not sure, but my opponent's avatar is a female avatar, but you never know if that's really a guy or girl behind there. Maybe if you let me know, person, if you know who you are, that'd be great. So we see a Landorus here, and you know, we start off with the Landorus. Probably not the greatest of choices here, but definitely what I want to do is Energy Evolution, bring out the Fire type Flareon, and even play the Level Ball for the Golett, and then even play maybe a Musclevan on there, perhaps maybe the Hard Charm. But here it is. So we actually need to get the Lightning type going as well, so the Golett can have the Lightning advantage over this guy. With the Trainer's Mail, we may be able to get something out of that as well, but we gotta wait and see what we can do there. So here it is. Let's go ahead and we'll just go get the Golett out here right now, and you know, we can actually knock this guy out, and I'm actually gonna do that. Let's play this Golett here, and let's go with this. Perfect. All right, so let's go with this right here. Get the Shaman. Oops, let's see. Ah, wonderful. We can set up right here. We have the Dimension Valley. I'm going to hang on to that, and let's just go Shout Out Power, knocking this guy out, and powering this up right here. So we got the Fire Energy ready to go on this Golett. Now my opponent can actually knock out the Landers right now. Really in one shot. Being able to power this guy up with Mega Turbos and a DCE drop in one turn should be enough, well, more than enough to knock out this Landers. We see an Execute right there. Here's the Sky Field, and like I said, we'll counter the statement in the next turn. My opponent was able to draw into 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3 right here. That's doing 90 damage so far. All he needs is 1 more Pokemon to hit for 120, and then here's the Metal Energy, so no DCE. He can still get the job done if he gets some energies in the discard pile, plus 2 Mega Turbos. That can still do the trick. Otherwise, for right now, it looks like we're doing pretty good. Counter the Stadium and probably just play the Golett here, evolve the Golurk, and then discard this energy accelerate a little bit more with Shout Out Power, weakening this Mega Rayquaza a little bit, and kind of going on from there. So that's gonna be the plan, and hopefully we can get the. Oh no, my opponent has the Swablu out here. Oh no, the Swablu will change the type weakness, and that could be pretty disastrous for us. So what we can hope to do, counter the Stadium, play the Golett, play the Golurk, and if we get a DCE, we can actually knock this guy out, assuming we can retreat, pay the retreat cost with this. Oh no, my opponent brings out the Aegislash. Okay, alright, I see you. Okay, let's go with that right there. Let's counter the Stadium, and my opponent would have to remove probably the Execute, or perhaps even the Shaman. So with the Swablu here, that's going to be really difficult to deal with. My opponent will not have weakness, and so we have to find a way how we can mess with that. But otherwise, here's what we have to work with right now. And alright, so my opponent. Again, with this right here, prevent effects of your opponent's abilities done to this Pokemon. It's done to this Pokemon, not this Pokemon doing to that Pokemon. Does that make sense? So if I try to attack this Mighty Shield, I believe it wouldn't work if I played the DCE. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work, because it's not exactly affecting this Pokemon. Perhaps we can give it a try. You guys want to try it out? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I wonder. Actually, wait. Do you guys know if this right here prevent all effects of your Pokemon's done this? I'm pretty sure it's done this Pokemon. So, all right, let's go with that right there. And let's see here. Yeah, I think all I'm gonna do is just go ahead and go for Shout Out Power, Energy Accelerate, get some basic energies on this Golurk here. That way we can deal with this Aegislash. Again, we won't be able to attack him, but yeah, if you guys can comment below, I'm pretty sure this ancient trait here won't work against the Aegislash here as Mighty Shield, because the effect is happening to Aegislash and not the other way around. It's not like Aegislash is attacking Golurk with an ability, kind of like Fortress or other things like that. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I guess I'm not sure. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. That's a really good question, and off the top of my head, I have no idea. I would assume it should work. If I have a DCE, I should be able to attack this Aegislash, but we'll have to find out. So right now, we're going to be dealing with this Mega Rayquaza here. I'd love to knock it out, but it looks like my opponent was able to get this Altaria into play, and again, with that fighting resistance, we're going to have to deal with that somehow. And okay, so right now we should be able to evolve into this Golurk here, and what I do want to do is, you know what, yeah, we're just gonna do it. Let's go ahead, we're gonna bring out this Altaria, and let's just retreat into here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead, discard these. Let's just get the Lightning Jolteon right now, and we do have one spot for the Flareon. Let's go ahead, Superpower, and do the knockout on this Altaria. Even with that resistance, we're able to get the job done. We get a Trainer's Mail right there. My opponent can bring out this Mega Rayquaza here. We do have this Jolteon with this Golurk ready to go. We should be able to knock out, one-shot this Mega Rayquaza in the next turn. I'm looking forward to having this Rayquaza knock out my Golurk here. It does have 2 DCEs, but we should be able to knock him out, and then really this Aegislash here can go down, because this Golurk here, having only basic energies, should be able to get the job done. And alright, so here we go. We see my opponent powering up the Rayquaza over here, and here is another Bronzor. Again, more of these energies in the discard pile can get accelerated by using the Metal Links. So lucky for us, we're able to get rid of that Swablu and stuff like that. And here, wow, this Rayquaza is getting powered up pretty quick. And Again, my opponent can still use Mega Turbo. Not sure if my opponent is playing Mega Turbo or not, but we can still find out. And to me, I think, yeah, my opponent will knock this out. And you know, I think let's promote the Jolteon just in case if we don't get an energy, and we can see what we can do from there. All right, so let's take a look at this. We have a Dimension Valley. I don't really need that right there. Let's take a look at my discard pile. We have a Lysander. You know, I'm not going to take any of these. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if I really want to deal with this Aegislash the way that I'm dealing with it right now. Okay, so you know what? Let's just do it. Let's go with that. We do get the Flareon here, and let's get another Golett into play. Let's take a look here. I should have some more Golurks here. How many regular energies do I have? 1, 2, only 2 energies. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so, alright, so let's go with this right here. And we're going to go with the Retreat. And Super Power, here we go. 260 damage, knocking this guy out. My opponent will very likely promote the Aegislash right here. Or my opponent can still promote another Mega Rayquaza. We can see here the Spirit Link. I have 2 VS Seekers, which can get me the Lysanders, bring out this Mega Rayquaza, or a regular Rayquaza, and finish the game. So we have a couple of options there for us. We could play the Strong Energy and use the Landers to kind of accelerate energy onto this Golett if we can get a Golurk into play. Again, only 1 Golurk is in the discard pile as well as 1 Golett, so that means we still have 2 left in the deck unless both of them are prized. But we saw at least 1 in the deck still, and if anything, 1 more is prized. But it's hopefully both of them are in the deck, and that way we have a higher chance, higher good probability to draw them. And looks like my opponent right now has a couple of options to go with. If this person's able to get another Mega Rayquaza, should be able to knock out my Golurk here. Here is a Master Ball, and going for a Bronzor or Bronzong here. Oh man, I wonder if my opponent has a switch to switch the Rayquaza EX out. That'd be very interesting. Here is a Colress drawing into a huge hand size. And again, Colress will be getting rotated soon, so otherwise I play Colress as well. Colress is just such a good draw support late game. You know I have Juniper here. Juniper is getting rotated out, but there's no such thing as a full art Sycamore, so I'm just going to play Juniper, you know. Let's see here. Shaman EX. Yeah, I can Lysander Shaman EX too, or the Rayquaza. Not a big deal. We see my opponent play the Execute, and here it is, discarding 2 Executes. We could see a Keldeo with a Floatstone, and that can happen with a Russian and Retreat. We would get knocked out. Even with the Hard Charm here, the Mega Rayquaza would be hitting for 150. Wait a second. Let's see here, 30 times 5, right? That's 150 minus. Yeah, we still get knocked out. Even with the Hard Charm, it would do 130. That'd be a knockout on this Golurk. Let's just hope my opponent. Oh no, my Mega Rays seem to be prized. That's bad. That's a bummer. Oh no, sad face. It's good for us. that way we know for sure. And that's it. My opponent concedes the match, and that was a pretty exciting battle. I think that was a fairly, you know, that was a fun match. We got a little lucky there. My opponent's Mega Rayquazas, probably both of them were prized, but again, we were able to really just set up Golurk and take advantage of that, hitting for 260 damage for weakness. And I think that was pretty well showing of the Golurk deck with these evolutions. So anyways, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you guys do, give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button below and follow me here on YouTube. And for those who are returning subscribers, thanks so much for watching and supporting this channel, and you guys take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.